Tonight, he's drunk and you.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
I'm a fan.
Coors Light or Bud Light, sir?
Bud Light.
No head?
Nah, Coors Light.
Perfect.
Yeah. The quiet woman.
Coors Light is always the drink you're drinking when you don't want to
I
get
like
drunk.
to be the talker.
Yeah.
Last call.
Definitely.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's real nice.
Now you could actually just say you haven't had any drinks still.
Yeah.
Legally.
Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir? Yeah, like 9 Coors Lights.
I mean, no.
You sure?
I mean, no.
You sure you haven't been drinking, though? Charles, I tried to look up that expression you had in the Navy because this is my day 8.
Oh, the day 8 shakes?
Day 8 shakes. That's
yeah.
I Googled that because when you told me that day on my drive home, and nothing came up. That's a Navy expression?
Yeah, it's the 8th day out to sea. Usually the hardcore drinkers, you can see them because they're fucking shaking all around, but it's the 8th day
that's
without
interesting, yeah. Because, I mean, and coupled with the pitching back and forth and then feeling uneasy, that would be a mess, I think, in the hallway.
Well, there were prison. We call it prison wine, where you'd find little bottled water filled with sugar and yeast with a condom on the top, and they'd hide them in the rafters of the ship.
Prison wine.
Bruno.
Yeah, so
Bruno.
those guys would drink that, but yeah, for the most part, when I'd go out to sea, I would just not drink, and we'd all fucking suffer through day 8 together.
But the prison wine, that was maintenance. That wasn't like, oh, party tonight in my bunk. It was like just to stave off the 8-day shakes.
For some folks,
Yeah.
but there was some weird shit going on on an all-male fucking Navy ship at
Ooh, hello.
2 a.m.
Hey, is that condom been used or just for wine?
Hey, come on! I need to vent that beer.
Yeah,
We had
I
a
was-
similar thing in the Army, but we just called it PT, where you watched all the alcohol and shit. It happened every day. 6:30 in the morning, you ran.
The coolest thing, I don't know why I'm thinking of this with this story, but is they integrated females onto our ship, and we had 6 female officers on the ship, and 4 of them were pregnant 3 months into the deployment. All enlisted guys. The enlisted guys got kicked out. The officers went and did admin duty somewhere or whatever.
And
Where's
then,
that episode of Maury Povich? I watched that one.
You are not... Wait, hold on. All of you are the father.
Yeah, this is my day 8 because I came down to Bisbee. I've been sequestered up here almost a month now in Tucson at the Homestretch Foundation with Kathryn Bertine. And so a week ago, Kathryn had gone out of town for 9 days. And so that exercise regimen, I was still boozing and smoking during all that early June exercise shit. And all you guys, you fucking assholes. Oh yeah, keep Stanhope alive. You're acting like you're on top of me at a fucking accident scene doing CPR. You can't leave me now, motherfucker. Breathe. We need you. I was doing fine. I was just I was boozing it up too much. And then when she left, then we hit it even harder. And then I didn't do any exercise the whole time she was gone. So she came back with a fucking mission. And then we just went on like an hour-long hike. But there were 2 minor inclines if you're in a car. But on foot...
No, those were big hills. They really were. You're kind of talking them down, but that was
the hill from...
Right, actually, he's talking the opposite of what you said. Big hills and minor incline.
It's the hill going to uphill Kim and Dave's.
Yeah, that's the one of the highest peaks in Bisbee.
Yeah, but from our house. Like the fact that we'll drive up there is embarrassing. It's maybe 80 yards.
Okay, but it is quite steep.
So I get to there was 2 of these. And, I couldn't get any fucking wind. Like, I'm out of breath and I'm not getting oxygen by hyperventilating. And after the second hill, I just turned to her. I go, all right, I'm just going to turn over my cigarettes when we get home. This is really this is deadly.
And I thought you were joking about that.
Yeah.
And you did.
Yeah, so...
Wait, did he crush them or did he hand them to you?
No, they're still sitting there.
They're on the shelf.
They're on the shelf.
That's his thing, is if they're sitting there and still smokable, that's a better deterrent than if there were no cigarettes.
Yeah. They're
Right?
still
I
there.
mean, that's what you've said in the past.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, so you went back to this hill. We did this walk. By the way, this walk takes about an hour to do. And on your second time going up this same hill.
Well, yeah, it was last night or night before last.
End of June in Tucson. Right now, it's gone down from the 105 it was when we pulled.
It was
here.
dusk.
You have to walk either very early or...
No, she has to walk very early. I'm fucking great at the heat of the day.
The heat.
Fucking love it.
I just read an article the other day about somebody who liked walking in the heat of the day. It didn't turn out very well for him.
Thank you for saying that, because I agree. It worries me a little bit, too. But at least we're not going out into the middle of, in the middle of the desert where he can't be reachable.
We are in the middle of a desert.
Right now.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're keeping him on these easier walks that are on pavement and nearby.
You sound like the doctor that like always butt in on the 600-pound person. It's like, what we're doing is we put. I could do an Indian accent because that's the guy.
Stanhope
We're putting him
Dr.
on
Nass or something.
Yeah.
We are keeping it fun.
Bertie and her team are watching him around the clock.
I've always done the we thing. All the voices, the collective voices in my head are one entity. We have him working out now. It's really
have you drawn up a lesson plan? Do you have a goal to be in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Are we going to be at 15 miles soon?
No, because that's the kind of stuff where people, I think, will shy away from that, thinking it's planned, it's regiment. But so I give them a choice each day. Hey, what do you feel like? Do you want to hike? Do you want to swim? Do you want to yoga? Do you want to cycle? And we take more of that approach to see what...
Well, she has to do shit every day. She's like an alcoholic with fitness.
A little bit.
She'll get the shakes if she takes a day off.
All your choices were exercise related. None of it was, do you want to Netflix binge watch and be a piece of shit?
That is not yet a sport.
Well, he could make it an Olympic sport.
Wait till I have home field advantage. This is, hey, listeners, this is what we're going to do when this is all said and done. We're going to put a Twitter poll up of what she has to do.
Give her the choices.
You're either smoke a pack of cigarettes, you're going to get drunk for the first time, you're going to do mushrooms for the first time, or you're going to do stand-up comedy.
Game on. If I'm making you do this fitness stuff, then that's a fair poll.
You notice there was no bike ride option in that one.
Oh, I noticed.
Yeah, you might want to get that biking out of the way first.
Wait, we have to talk about the cycling and the fact that reached a lot of people. What you did.
That was day 2 off the fags.
Yeah. You're right. So we took commuter bikes out for a spin.
That's like regular bikes.
A commuter bike is it's a regular bicycle. It's not some high-end road bike.
A beach
racing.
cruiser?
Yes, a beach cruiser.
Yeah. All right.
And this one, the two that
they
we
have
at home
speeds
stretch
if you know how to use them.
So it's not just
a mountain bike.
No. They call them
that you get at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You can. We call them cruisers,
We
grocery
call them
getters,
bikes.
Just a regular bike, not some high performance.
You don't need a loan to get one of these.
No,
bikes.
It's not a racing
exactly,
bike.
Exactly. In fact, both of these bikes were donated to us. So these, they're great. They're super bikes. So we went down to the Loop bike path, which we have in Tucson, which is great. It's close to traffic, and it's a really safe environment. So you can ride along these trails.
I still almost did a head-on with the old guy.
We know that. If there's one thing we know about Stanhope, he's Mr. Safety.
He kind of is. He bought this great helmet.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to ask about. I get putting on the women's, suit with the helmet because it looked good.
It did look good.
But, whenever you're just going for a regular commuter bike ride, you're not going at top speed, and you're not a fucking idiot. Why are you wearing a fucking helmet, Stanhope? You rode a bicycle your entire life without wearing a helmet. And in 50-something years old, you're going to decide to wear a helmet?
On a beach cruiser.
On a beach cruiser.
Even just taking the picture in the cycling outfit, I was forced to wear a helmet because in the cycling community, which Bertine is a pillar, there would be outrage if I was not wearing a helmet.
Sure, you know what that's called? Extremism, where you ignore complete common sense, where a 50-year-old man who's going a mile per hour on a fucking beach cruiser is wearing a helmet.
His feet are sliding off the pedals.
ridiculous.
You can't really get a rhythm.
I know.
We're going
That is
downhill
true.
and you're slowing down.
I made the analogy, it was like if I was coaching someone to do comedy and I allowed them to do stolen material because what the fuck, no one's going to see it. And then all comics are like, that's Dave Attell's bit. Like, all right, yeah, I guess I should have told them. Like,
Right.
So I that's the analogy I
That
use.
whole-
But it's still fucking dumb as shit, especially on my big ass head that's already a helmet in itself.
I will say this though, that it is. I've seen people wreck.
Listen, wait a minute. I understand, but you live in it. Do you realize that when Stanhope and I were young, we found pieces of plywood and we'd prop them up against other broken things that we found, and then we rode our bikes really fast at them and see who could jump the furthest.
Yeah.
And
I
we
do.
didn't even know that there was such a thing as a bicycle helmet.
There weren't.
If there was
No.
a kid with a bicycle helmet, we would have beat it off him.
I had 2 concussions as a youngster from bike accidents.
I get
Because
that.
I was
get
forced to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
And guess where they found the helmet? At the end of the fucking street. Under a bush.
If we saw someone with a bicycle helmet, we'd say he probably doesn't even have a bike.
When I was a dad, not this time when I'm a dad, but before when I was a dad.
For those of you keeping score at home.
My son had head injuries from wrecking his bicycle too many times, and he had to wear a helmet too. But I was a pretty cool dad, so I went and got him a full-faced motocross
Nice.
motorcycle helmet, so he looked like the coolest motherfucker riding his bicycle to 3rd grade.
Yes.
My dad did the same thing. He bought me a Green Bay Packer football helmet.
That's the opposite.
Wait, I thought
That's
you said
the
cool.
opposite.
No,
Yeah.
he still, when he found it in the bushes, they took the front tire off my bike and they put it in their car in the trunk, so there was no way I could ride.
Well, in defense of the helmets, the one reason that it was important on that one trail is, I see you're all laughing at me. Wait. This trail has so many
We're not
cyclists.
laughing at you. We're laughing for you since you don't know how to laugh at yourself when you're silly.
I laugh at myself all the time. Okay, so what the hell were we talking about?
The helmet.
How
why
risky
he-
this loop is.
How busy. It was so congested that he
It's-
needed it for his own safety and the
He
safety
did.
of others.
He did. It's busy enough that people will.
She didn't want you to
run
hit
into
anybody
you.
with your big fat head.
And that loop trail is so expensive, they didn't want to damage the asphalt if his head hit the ground.
That was what I was thinking.
What are all these potholes? We just spent all this money.
Just trying to cover up as much of your melon as possible to be nice to the other riders. Nobody wants to see that. Put this under.
All right.
All of those are better answers.
They are actually. Those are really good answers. It was great. Thank you for wearing your helmet. It worked out.
Yeah, it really didn't slow me down.
The wind resistance?
Yeah, it felt stupid, but all of it felt stupid. It still feels stupid. All of it. I mean, hiking, that's just walking around. I'm good at that.
If I was able to be inspired by stuff, I would be inspired by this. I think it's pretty cool that you, because I know you often want to do this. You want to stop drinking, but you try to do it at home where you don't have a drill sergeant and you also have people who just show up at your house and literally drive you to drink.
None of the
You're
bikes
like,
have
"Fuck,
air
you're
in the
here.
tires.
I got to
Yeah.
drink, So.
Well, and add on top of that, that's just normal funhouse. But now with construction going on too, yeah, I would have every excuse in the world. And honestly, I don't think if I wasn't sequestered here alone with Bertine, it would be very trying.
What I'm saying to you is this is temporary. For everybody who's worried that Stanhope is going to jump the shark, he's going to bail out on this. As soon as he's done with this project,
No, wait. There's some. Oh shit! Now they're all laughing at me.
For you.
No, there's
Welcome to Punked, everyone.
Kathryn does. I mean, she gets more and more invested in it, and I feel bad when I think like that, Chad. That at some point, after all the work I've put into this, you're smoking a cigarette. Yeah, that's gonna happen here and again. But I'm taking a lot out of this. I feel great. I've woken up feeling fantastic. The lungs on that first hike, I'm like, this is scary. Like, I'm not getting any oxygen, heavy breathing, but also the writing. Like, me and Olivia we spent some nights.
Olivia and I.
Thank you.
Working. Olivia Grace is here. She's crushed it at the Surly Wench. One of the few times I went out. We'll get to that after the break. But my writing, because I'd write drunk, and then I'm writing just giant, flowery, what I think are great writers' sentences, and it's just shit the next day. And in the morning, I'm just writing dreck and just basics, skeleton, and there was no voice on the page. So I go, yeah, maybe being sober and having the same point of view a little bit for a 24-hour period will help me write. And yeah, that's worked out. So
Good.
yeah,
And what about
I'm not saying I'm going to ditch everything that you've instilled in me altogether all at once.
No, Chad did.
I said it
all
for
at
him.
once.
Yeah.
You're totally free on this one. Don't
You're
worry.
gonna disperse it out?
I hurt my neck nodding. I don't know. They have a massage here, right? They do a spa day.
But you at least have to comment on the amount of outreach that you've shown people and you've given people, and the people are responding to the fact that, hey, if you can do this, if you can cut down and you can quit, then so can I. And people are actually
they're actually tweeting. They're actually tweeting that.
Hey, Chad, you said you're doing some yoga now.
I am, but that's only because my uncle is in hospice care, and I was having to go and help take care of him, and he's still not dying. He just keeps hanging on. He's been
I think the last time we talked about him, he went to the
drugs.
He went to the casino.
Yeah, now they're starting to
last
worry
one?
about the opiate addiction he has. Yeah.
Didn't you tell him? Give it to him.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
it to him. And now it's like
He
a month
wishes
later.
They would. But I realized when I was trying to help him, he was never a big guy, but he's like 96 pounds right now. And to have to help him do everything, I'm really grateful that he weighs 96 pounds because it's like a considerate thing to do. So to me, I've always tried to look for reasons to try to lose weight, and now maybe other people can have one. But you need to get down to dying weight. If you're ready to die, you have to. It's inconsiderate to die at 260 pounds. There's no way my wife's gonna help me to the shitter. I'm gonna fall down and then I'm gonna.
Jenny's
have to die
like 5'4".
She's 5 foot even.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, could you even lift me if I fell down on the trail?
I actually think I could.
Yeah.
We're only.
Can you do 10 push-ups?
Yes, I can. Do
I don't
10
think you could.
push-ups. I can. You want me
show
to do
me.
that now?
I
Wait.
dare you.
What are you
Can-
talking about?
Can you do 10 push-ups, Doug?
I'll see. Well, I don't have to carry her off a trail.
That's true.
All right, I have to do 10 push-ups.
Go ahead.
Because
Push-ups.
in my
We're gonna
thinking-
count.
Nobody's
Yeah,
gonna be able to
we're gonna
carry
count
me.
them down.
No way Doug can
Because there's
carry you off a trail.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
10 push-ups?
Tracy.
You got 10.
I kind of have spindly arms.
Well, but they're fit.
Military
All right.
push-ups. Let's make sure.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh,
Form the 90-degree.
Chuck's gonna put his fist
Oh,
under
yeah,
her
don't do
boobs.
that.
Let's do it over there.
Oh,
do it in the
just did it on
shade.
the hot Tucson.
Chuck, you
I'm
gotta
watching.
count these. You
I'm
gotta count
watching.
these.
That's what. One. Down.
Lower your ass.
Down.
3,
4.
5,
Get one of me.
6.
6.
Okay.
Tracy.
Oh, 7.
Tracy.
She's going
Get
all the way
one
down.
this way.
3 to go. 3 to go.
This
CrossFit.
way.
That's 7.
Tracy.
What she doesn't know is I'm
8.
smoking the whole time she's doing this.
Keep going. Focus. Just keep your head down.
10.
10. There we go. Yeah.
So mean. You suck, Stanhope.
Hey, you did it. You did it.
Oh,
Hey,
good job.
You did it.
She did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Go back to Bisbee, fucker.
Are you sure that was Stanhope smoking? I didn't really
I didn't see
it.
me smoke.
I can't believe I fell for that.
It might be the blood in your eyes from actually completing 10 push-ups.
You did a great job. Those were man push-ups and
Thank
for
you.
equality.
We're
For
fucking
equality.
man push-ups. I don't feel
If
any
you wanted to
better.
get more hits than that, you should have had her do 20.
He could have smoked a cigar
She
before
breezed
she
through
did
them
the
10.
I can't believe I fell for that.
Hey, you can blame the bad influence on
He's
us.
been doing this for the past, what has it been, 2-3 weeks for the past month? Oh, Bertine, sit here, and then it's a whoopee cushion. Every
They
single
sell
day I
whoopee
fought
cushions
for
at the
it.
Dollar Tree. Oh, it never gets old.
I can't.
Are you saying it's been easier for him to smoke right in front of you without all of us laughing hysterically?
From now on, that's going to be, oh, no. That's,
Hey, how many pull-ups can you do, Bertine?
It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
I really think Stanhope needs this helmet for this podcast. Can you go get it for him?
oh, my God. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Let's go to break while I avert a beating.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Cocktails.
Kako ste ljudi? Dolazi u Casa Grande za najbolje meksički hranu. Mi amigo Ricardo's 821 Florence Boulevard 520-836-3858. Ako volite tacos i burritos i enchiladas i Stanhope's especial dolazi tamo. Volit ćeš puno. Zdravo ljudi. I nemoj zaboraviti, idi jebi se.
She just trusts Olivia more than the rest of us.
Allow the
dude.
stand-up, that's an out. No, I think you got to do something with your body.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she agreed to it. I agree with you.
No, I think the stand-up. I think the stand-up is a good thing because it's totally out of her comfort zone. That's the thing.
She's a public speaker, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, right?
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
she's horrible on a microphone, too. She doesn't even know how to tell a story. She's got the... You already have the whole thing. I'm being sarcastic. That's what I'm saying. What are you going to... That's nothing. You need to eat mushrooms.
We're certainly building.
That's...
Seconded.
and then do open mic.
I was going to bet that if we did put that to a Twitter poll, mushrooms would
win.
edge stand-up comedy.
Oh, mushrooms would win.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're
Because
voting on
mushrooms
this.
are
She
harmful.
doesn't get to choose.
No, it's
Oh, yeah. There's
Twitter
no way.
poll.
It's
Yeah.
definitely
you're-
stand-up that would scare me the most because it's out of my comfort zone, but that's what I would rather do that. I mean...
Yeah.
That's the inverse
But you
of what we're
did say
talking about.
early on in our career that you would consider doing mushrooms, which I haven't. Like, I'd have to do mushrooms too because I haven't in forever. Because now they scare me. The older I get,
Yeah, me too.
looking at your own baggage, living a sea of lies.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Can we just do around the horn here of who? who's
Yeah, Charlie the intern, who's well received.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been fun.
Yeah, he's.
I like him. I just got to meet him today.
Yeah, but
likes no one.
the podcast with Charlie the intern went out, and a lot of Twitter feedback, positive, none negative. Chad Shank, it's been too long. Sorry, I've been up here for a fucking month now. It's crazy. It seems like today.
It's good to see you guys.
Kathryn Bertine, my life coach against my will. my Ggreg Chaille, Olivia Grace off mic, but we'll get her in here.
I think we can call Bertie the bike helmet monitor.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're here. Let's plug this place.
Tracy's here.
Just going to Tracy next. But Tanque Verde Ranch is where we are at the end of the outskirts of Tucson, in a field of saguaro cactus. And
We're right up against Saguaro National Forest or whatever.
This
they
place
call it.
fucking
is
incredible.
amazing.
Beautiful.
I hate to say dude ranch, but kind of dude ranch-ish.
Dude ranch.
It's the
lot of horse-
gender
Guest ranch.
non-specific gender horse dormitory. Because horses don't like to be thought of as work or pack animals, so ranch is a working.
It's nice to be out of the house.
Very woke of you, Chaille.
Thanks, man. I get it from Erickson.
We're going to talk about the outside world that I have not seen much of since since I got here. This is the text I woke up to this morning from Bingo. It's down in Bisbee, keeping the place afloat. Let me put on my readers. I wake up. I read, I sincerely and desperately hope this text does not wake you. I just need to say you remain one of my closest friends. I do and will respect the space you need, but I want you to know that I need my friend. I need you right now. I need to be there for you right now. I didn't fall in friend love with you. Come on, you fuck.
Was that part of it?
I did not fall in friend love with you just to give up on us one day. Bug, I am sorry. Did you hear me? I'm bellowing from the top of my lungs. I am sorry. Derek taking his life for Amy is the most beautiful gesture I've ever experienced. Another beautiful gesture is the act of forgiveness. I want to be as beautiful as Derek and Amy. May we find forgiveness for each other. I need your help. Take my hand and let's make a first step together. Will you tell me how you feel about this? I love you. Bingo. So I go into a fucking panic. What the fuck? I haven't seen the outside
what's the
world.
timestamp on that?
3:18 a.m.
Oh, so she didn't wake you.
Am I still the only other one that knows what happened?
Well, I called her. I said, what's going on? And she said, I'm in the ER.
What?
I'm like, all right, now it's getting fucking worse. I go, what's wrong? And she said, I'm with Jen. Jen collapsed. She fainted. I had to call 911.
Jen, the neighbor, 2 doors down from us. Yeah, just Jen.
And I said, "Well, I just got your text message. What's the matter? The fuck?" And she said, "Oh, did you read the first one?" I go, "No." Then I went back and read it. The first one, to me, I can't sleep. A million things are hammering my brain. I just reached out to my friend. I feel like sending you what I wrote her in the next text to get your input when you wake.
I knew it. I was going to ask you. Who did she mean to send that to? That was for you.
That was intense.
But yeah, it's one of those like, all right, now I'm reevaluating our entire relationship. What could I have given her? What was I not there for? And then when I found out it's all a goof, like, well, all right, now I'm trying to erase that slate.
Well, it's not a goof. It's just you weren't the intended recipient. You were a proofreader.
Well, it woke me up.
You didn't notice you had a new nickname halfway through it?
Well, no, that's the thing. Bug, that's what my mother called me, is Doug Bug. So Bug is like a deep track.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was predictive text. She just...
Still Doug.
They just said Bug. It's like I just blew by it. Oh, shit, I should have proofread it myself.
Voice to text. Oh, shit.
Woo, so, yeah.
Good. Glad everything's good there, then.
But that's you go, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
How's Jen?
Jen's fine.
We've totally glossed over the fact that someone went to the ER and it wasn't Bingo.
She passed. Well, I think Jen probably has, like, she walks into the ER and it's like Norm and Cheers.
Fast pass.
Fast pass. Oh, it's Tuesday already? Fast pass.
I'm not just on cat sitting duties this summer. Bertine leaves next week, so then it's just going to be me.
With the cigarettes.
Yep.
No.
Without
Stop
push-ups.
putting that in his mind.
Well, no, I'm going to have those same
in his
cigarettes.
mind. I'm trying to tell you. He already knows.
That wasn't for a Doug, yeah.
Would it kill you to believe this is possible?
But I'm also looking after Mother. Bertine's mother is got early onset dementia. We're at 78 years old. I don't think that's very early at all. It might be tardy, if anything.
You're the shit end of this relationship, aren't you?
She lives right across the street, and it's only a matter of bringing her food every couple of days. And it's basically like cat sitting. You put out enough food and water for her, and she takes care of herself. And she's box
skip a day
trained.
and no one wonders what's going on. It's like, was there
wet food on Wednesday? There's not a lot to remember.
I'll bring 4 shrimp today instead of 2. She'll never know the difference.
It's amazing, though, what you've done. First of all, you volunteered for this role because my dad was searching, the way to do this with professional
Craigslist gigs.
No.
Well, he was going to get some nice girl that works at the Walgreens and ask her because she's nice.
Like, no.
But we were at dinner with the night before Gump left. Me and Gump and the Bertine.
I'm sorry. Burn. Was that? Did you mean to say a name there? I don't.
And they're just both fretting over what to do about Mother. And I go, I can do that. I'm happy to do that. And they're very polite people that would normally in that situation say, oh, no, you don't want to, we wouldn't want to trouble you. And you saw both of them kind of frown and light up at the same time. Would you really do that?
They're kicking each other under the table. Keep it cool.
Fuck yeah, I've dealt with. It's a chain smoking hoarder mother.
It is.
That smokes with all the doors and windows shut. Like, I've done this. Yeah.
That's the only job you're literally equipped to do, Stan.
Qualified.
So
he could teach a course at night school.
Yeah.
Kathryn keeps saying, oh, you're going to get great material out of this. I go, if I took it to the very end, the ultimate ugly ending, I've already done that material. If I put your mother down, I would have...
Yeah, and it's amazing though. She doesn't, or she has not retained the information that you and I are friends. So she'll call me up and she'll say things like, "Do you know this Doug? He's such a keeper." Yeah,
charming bastard.
She is absolutely charmed by him, and it's pretty remarkable.
Who of us is not, lady?
That is true.
I went over today to bring her donuts, and that's what she eats for breakfast.
What's her daily fare?
She eats chocolate, just like Mother. She drinks nothing but Dr. Pepper, 1 million a day.
Yep.
Mother drank Diet Dr. Pepper in a 64-ounce Big Bubba travel mug.
Yeah.
So she has hers in a glass with ice. And her Marlboro 100s. She used to smoke the True Blues, but they don't sell those anymore.
No.
She fancies herself an aristocrat. Did you ever see Grey Gardens, the documentary?
Yes, I just watched it.
Yeah, she's one of those ladies.
Wait, which one?
Well, she's 70.
At the same time.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Try growing up with that. Anyway, go on.
Oh, she was showing me more pictures of the Stanley Cup. Her friend
Tracy perked up.
Yeah, her friend owned the New Jersey Devils and the Houston Astros. What's her name?
The McMullens.
The McMullens.
Yep.
Yeah, and so she has 1 million pictures of the Stanley Cup, and her McMullen Lady is going to be my Johnny Depp, where when I'm 77 or 58 with dementia.
Yes.
Here's a picture of me with Johnny Depp. Did I already show you I was friends with Johnny Depp. I don't know where he is now. He doesn't seem to call me anymore.
You remember the McMullens? They had the putt-putt golf emporium all through the Texas areas. And then they got the Houston Astros. And, well, you know.
Pretty much.
So today I went over with the donuts. Yeah, she eats donuts.
Dr. Pepper.
Chocolate raised if you're in the business. Not chocolate cake.
Or a fan of donuts.
She calls them vanilla, but you know the difference between raised and
the
cake.
The opposite.
Yeah, but she doesn't want chocolate in the donut part, just the icing. She's very particular.
These are eclair type? Like
Baskin Robbins coffee flavored ice cream.
To understand
he
these
is
things.
so equipped.
Yeah, she's the pre-made egg salad croissant from Safeway, and their brand of chocolate chip cookies from the bakery. And she likes a filet mignon, and this will last me 5 days. That's how small my appetite is.
One steak?
She's
one
quite
steak.
frail, too. I mean, she has this diet that sounds like it's just,
you could be describing Doug right now.
Not when it's fucking without the cigarettes. I'm eating like a fucking pig.
Did you drive Doug crazy and he's now sitting in your home stretch foundation in a psycho situation?
Hold on.
Feeding his own self donuts in the morning and then working out in the afternoon. What have you done to my friend, Bertine?
Watch your draft. Watch your draft. It's going right at the lady. There you go.
Bertine, you're probably better over there sitting for sun exposure than.
Yeah. What do you want? Lung cancer or skin cancer? Or
do you want to get high?
Spin the wheel of cancer.
So I went over, I brought her donuts, and then she goes, I have a favor to ask you. If you come in there, and the bathroom she doesn't use, it looked like the toilet had backed up into the tub because the tub is all filthy. Well, it's just she never uses it. So it just dust and accumulated. Yeah. And she's trying to clean the tub with a Swiffer. Like, that doesn't really reach the rounded edges. Can you wipe this out for me? I can't seem to. And I go, well, do you have a sponge, an extra sponge? And she said no. And I started running water, and she goes, I don't think you should run water. She's all but grabbing the fucking sides of the walls. Water? No, I don't. So I go, this Swiffer's not going to work. And I go, and I saw the Swiffer pads you put on top of a Swiffer beside the tub. So I go, I'll just use this. And I looked down. It was a Poise. Fucking panty liners, a box of Poise, but it's beside the Swiffer, so I assume it's a Swiffer. Oh, I just pick up a giant fucking old lady underwear pad. I'll just use, never mind.
Hey, these don't fit. These don't fit. What are these butterfly wings?
I wasn't going to put it on the Swiffer.
Scrubbing power of the old style.
This is not cleaning. I mean, it's absorbing, but it's just not cleaning.
So I said, do you have paper towels? And she brought paper towels, and she goes, yes, but this is all I have. I go, I'll replace them. I'm going to get you a sponge. I'm going to get you some cleaning products, which she probably has and doesn't realize. So I just did it with paper towels, and I said, you don't have to come back. This is enough paper towels. You don't have to come back. Thank you. Oh, come look at pictures. Did I show you my pictures?
Oh,
yes,
she
you
loves
have.
to show him pictures. Yeah.
So yeah, for the week I quit smoking. I did smoke 2 cigarettes 2 nights ago at Mother's, but I think whatever happens at Mother's,
like with her, like talking, and like,
yes.
So what was it like? Prohibition.
It's like going into a smoking cubicle in the airport. You're smoking anyway. Might as well. Yeah.
So what you're telling us is that in order to avoid writing, you have taken up the equivalent of a part-time job?
Yes.
Yeah.
We called it at the
I'm a
restaurant.
candy striper.
At the restaurant I worked at right out of high school, it was called Heads and Halls, where you clean the hallways and the toilets and the rag. They call it a rag bin for the ladies. Yeah, basically that's what you're doing. You're doing the dirty work.
And he volunteered for this.
Yes.
No, I understand
it troubles
that part.
them. It makes me happy.
You are a very giving soul.
You probably already know this, but whenever we talked before about the brain injury place and stuff, whenever we would go out to smoke, Stanhope would go smoke, and I go smoke weed out in the front of the thing. But the patients that would come out would have to be in their patient clothing, and one of them Stanhope gave his leather jacket to for like 2 days. But he ended up going to the thrift store and getting all these brain patients' clothing that they could wear outside so they could feel like a human being while they smoke their cigarette outside instead of trying to hold their ass flap shut. So I've known the nature of Stanhope. We try to hide it, Bertine. You're exposing this whole niceness.
This is a
that
problem.
I know.
is a problem. Stop it.
Well, you just kind of exposed it a little too.
Well, I think we already told that story, though. I told an old story.
No, it is. It's wonderful. I think people should know what a big heart you have and how giving you are.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. I want to hear about.
To disagree. How about that?
I want to hear about all the shit that's going on at home that I'm missing for the last month. I know Chad was, when I just decided, all right, I'm quitting smoking, ergo quit drinking. They have to go hand in hand or they both fall apart. Chad was across town, and Tucson is a big motherfucker. He's like, oh, I'm in Tucson right now, where you and your wife were, but it's like 40 miles or 40 minutes away.
Oh, you did not want to be over there. This you talked earlier about how nice this place is, and I wish that we would have
where we are now.
Yeah, this Tanque Verde place, because we got the Star Pass Marriott because it has a lazy river like the one we did before.
Well, a couple years ago, we all went to the one in Tucson. Doug, I can't remember the name of it. Phoenix.
Phoenix.
We went to a water park,
and we
kind of
great.
Took over the whole adult pool area.
So that was kind of
we made it more adult.
Yeah. That was kind of what we had in mind. So we went and did that and hung out at this Marriott with a big pool area. And as soon as we got there, there was a convention, a Japanese anime convention called Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
It was horrible. I didn't know what. I read the sign when we went, and I was like, "That's a Japanese word, but it's not spelled like that." Because I don't think about a con right away until I got there and saw all the fucking people, and I was like,
Everyone's a Butters.
"Oh." There was so much crazy shit happening at this place.
So what was? So it's Japanimation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So were there like furries running around?
There was one of everything.
Everyone dressed up?
There was some furries. It was 115 degrees, and there was some furries running around. I was surprised to see that a lot of it was adults in children's Halloween costumes.
Oh.
But maybe it's a low rent con. I've never been to one before, but there was.
Like a Frankenstein mask with elastic on the back?
Almost that bad. They don't make those anymore. But today's equivalent of that is it involves a lot of tights and people who don't fit in tights.
Or shouldn't be in tights.
The one thing that was funny was a lot of the girls were dressed up as Japanese anime, like trolls or whatever they were, and. I think I told you guys this already. They got mad because one chick there was just dressed up as a slutty witch. That was not an anime character at all, but all the nerds were all hovered around her, taking selfies with her and stuff. And
you did tell this before because Charles said stolen valor.
Yes, it was. He was exactly spot on. It was nerd stolen valor. It was an interesting place to watch people for the whole weekend.
Well, I go to conventions, and it is one of those things where you get that end of it, but you also get the guy who like sneezes into his hand, and you watch him like peel it off with his front teeth and swallow it because he's in the booth across from us, and we're watching this gross bastard the whole fucking time. So yeah, there's good stories, but there's also I live with that memory every day of that guy herking up into his palm and then swallowing it.
I got to stay away from one of the positive things about being at a hotel with a bunch of nerds is that the pool is almost completely empty. They were all inside doing board games, or I don't know what they do, taking pictures with each other. But we sat down. We had like one of the best spots. A bunch of mesquite trees behind us. We sat down and just
you got there early.
The whole time. We got there fairly early. There was only one set of people that had a better, shadier spot than us without paying for a cabana right next to us. So we were just kind of hanging out, people watching the whole day by the pool, and This is
a situation where Chad doesn't have to get angry because it's.
We were well out of the way. There was, but I did get angry about stuff that I shouldn't have been angry about. But it was some fucked up stuff. There was the people behind us. He calls the waitress over. They had several people roaming around bringing you drinks or poolside food or whatever. And he calls her over and he says, "Where's Kay?" And she's like, "Oh, well, Kay is down by the water slide area today." He goes, "Well, we had Kay yesterday. We really liked her service." She's like, "Okay." And he goes, "Well, you think you can get Kay to come down here?" And she's like, "All right, I'll go talk to her." Which it's a completely service-oriented place where they're just sucking your ass. They have no idea how to respond. So she leaves, and Jenny and I are looking at each other like, "Well, that was a fucking kind of a dick move, to do that." And then Kay walks all the way down from the other side, and she's like, "Hey, I heard, you guys were down here now. I just coming down here to check on you. It's a little out of my way, but I'll have to walk down here, but I'll make you in my rounds, or whatever she fucking says politely to him." And the dude looks her dead in the face and says, "Okay, we're good for right now, but we just wanted to let you know that we're down here now." I was like, "You sent for the fucking chick and then didn't order anything."
She really likes us.
So I was fucking hating my neighbors right here immediately.
Are they Konnichiwa guys?
No, they're typical Tucson douchebags.
All right. Konnichiwa.
Yeah, Konnichiwa.
Right.
I'm saying that, that's an amusement to you. You don't feel like your back's up against the wall and you need to strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I never.
But
never
they're
felt like
they're
that.
obviously in an area where they're working sections, and they pull someone over because they're service oriented. So they're like, "Well, I'll get Kimberly," and Kimberly comes up and goes like, "Yeah, I appreciate you tipped me 8% yesterday, fucking big spender. So now I'll hump my ass over here from the water park slide, which is already a demotion because I got caught fucking like having someone else sign my time card. So I'm working the shit area, and now I gotta come over to here because you'll sign a comment card." Then I get fucking busted to the coat check in Tucson.
Didn't
Are you
even
fucking
order
kidding me?
anything. Said, "So we're good for right now. You can go back." It got worse because later they don't have garbage cans or anything around there, but they do have polite young kids with carts with a garbage bag that will come over and take your garbage out. And I had a bucket full of beer that I don't want to get into, but I was using the bucket as garbage to be polite because there's not a garbage, so they came by and I give them the bucket. And at the same time I'm giving them the bucket, I had been using my my lighter to open beers, and I've been talking a long time.
That's all right.
I've been using my lighter
when you made the hand motion, I realized we both have painted nails. I got mine done here in Tucson
and
by
toenails. I noticed at the pool.
Yeah, we both have our toenails done and our fingernails. All three of us.
My granddaughter did my fingernails, and my toenails were done by the Asian lady who made fun of me the entire time for having to do my
Bertine's and I were done by Queen Nails by Mindy at Tanque Verde and Catalina.
Yes, and I will put out a picture of that wonderful.
They already have a picture of my new nails on Yelp. Queen Nails by Mindy.
The business does?
Yeah. Oh, Tina, my girl. She go, I forgot to get your picture last time you nailed. We put on Yelp.
We Reiki Stanhope.
No, hold on.
Nope.
As probably the resident
Stop.
expert of Asian
That's the
languages,
sign that is up in the window right now.
we Reiki stand
We
up.
Reiki stand.
No, Amy. Hello, welcome.
Hey, can you tell us between Vietnamese and let's say Tran and Nguyen?
Tran, Nguyen.
Was it Cambo or is
What
it
the fuck are you guys talking about?
Manise?
Those two last names you just gave me are Vietnamese.
All right.
Yeah, Nguyen and Tran. Those are your Smith and Carters.
Yeah, I don't know what a Cambodian is, but
they're kind of like the middle
enemy?
child of Vietnamese.
yeah,
Thailand.
I can't tell.
know.
I'm going to ask
Yeah.
her next time.
Yeah, well, that's the person working in the back because they still have much deeper racial issues than we do here.
Yeah,
That may have been the one they assigned to do my feet. I think they brought her out of the back like a punishment. They're like, do this fucking fat guy's feet.
Yeah, that was probably not. That was not a Gwyn or a Tran. That was a Cambodian.
Hey, you know who I met for the first time since Jeff Beamish and I had an acrimonious split and I moved to K-Gun 9? I had cocktails at Zinburger with Mark Charter and April Madison from the K-Gun 9 morning news crew. I only had 2 cocktails because I had to drive. It was afternoon. But yes, K-Gun 9, April Madison and Mark Charter. Met
they're
them.
great.
Yeah, they're great
They
people.
are great.
Just in case, we got a bunch of new listeners. Jeff Beamish is who?
He used to be the KVOA morning weather guy from Channel 4. And then
Why doesn't he like you?
yeah, we had a falling. We played a little bit of a prank.
When you say we, was
Me
there a
and
back and forth,
the
or was there
listeners,
something
the
you
listeners, and I. Yeah, I had a thing for Jeff Beamish for so many years. I'd tape his DVR, the morning news at 6, and I'd watch it about 10:30. And he had a beautiful light bulb head, and then we pulled a prank, and it went a little too far. And now I'm blocked by most of the people at KVOA, including the station itself at KVOA. So I said, you know what? I got shirked on this deal. I'm going to move on, and I moved over to K-Gun 9.
Hold on a second. Wasn't there there was a Beamish thing on Twitter?
The Sky Candy,
I don't get it anymore. What happened to
It
that?
used to be
Now
trendy.
look,
What happened?
look out here. See the Saguaro National
Beautiful.
Forest
It's
or
beautiful.
whatever the fuck it is? A bunch of cactus.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. The sun's coming down. And you'd take a picture of this and you'd hashtag it Sky Candy and you'd send it to
that's right.
@Jeff Beamish. And he might pick your picture for the morning news. And And all these people would hashtag sky candy. So what the killer termites did under my suggestion or tutelage is what they did is they flooded that hashtag with hideous pictures of Serbian war crimes and gutted babies beheadings, advanced stage syphilis. Flies being pulled out of eyeballs.
Bicycle helmet.
No.
The worst pictures
Nobody
you
went
could imagine.
That deep, Chaille. That's
How
gross.
dare they?
So it completely ruined his whole hashtag thing. Within 2 days, it was done. He was like, send
We were
your
all
pictures to
blocked.
Facebook. Yeah, we were all blocked. And I tried to make amends, but to no avail. And then April Madison came into my weather life. And you know what?
Where is she from?
Here in Tucson. She's a
K-Gun?
K-Gun. K-G-U-N. Channel 9. 6 a.m. Mark Charter. Big Al, your traffic pal. That's right. Big Al. He looks like Alfred Hitchcock. He does traffic with April Madison. They're fucking great. They're very, very nice and accommodating. We met at Zinburger, where Kathryn Bertine was once fired as a server because she doesn't know how to pour wine.
I feel like this podcast has
That
gotten
is
very
true.
unrelatable on a lot of levels.
I'm following it great. I
know.
I haven't talked to Doug in a month.
The
so-
listeners can only imagine what it's like to meet a local weather personality. I live that fucking life. And that's why you listen to this podcast, to feel what it must be like to be there.
I live that life.
You and high pitch Eric.
I'm 2 fucking night courses away from being a weather guy on the local news. It's 2. I just don't have the time.
They were fun, and we talked about it, like the amount of that she must get recognized after many years in a small market or medium market.
This is not a small market. This is medium. Yeah. I was in a small market.
Well, she's in a market this size where if you watch morning news, you see her 5 days a week, and she feels like family because it's not like, oh, it's a superstar. Oh, this is someone I know 5 days a fucking week. That while I'm making oatmeal for my stupid water-headed kid, I'm listening to April Madison. So she said, yeah, it's weird because she said when I was pregnant, people would just come up to me in the supermarket and rub my belly and stuff. But you can't be a dick because, that's... You know.
To be fair, she was standing by the melons.
You've had some people recognize you since you've been here.
Yeah, but they're weirded out by it. They don't feel like they know me and they can hold on to my belly.
Only because it's so big.
It's getting smaller.
Yeah. There's no way that's a baby. That's cancer.
Aww. And they're totally not weirded out by you. They like that you're here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But I don't
look at the car dealership.
Stanhope's
Oh,
weirded
he's
out
getting
by
all
it.
modest.
Oh yeah, I did that fucking thing I do when I get sober for a minute and I panic and I bought a couple of cars.
Do we want to do that now, or you want to do that on the next podcast?
Well, it's it doesn't matter. But I was just trying to think of the transit, the weird Red Roof Inn airport shuttle thing I bought.
The red transit.
Yeah,
Seats 8.
yeah, that was during sober October. My 12. I bought that.
Are you fucking
in
serious?
my 12 days of sober
We've
October.
had it that long? I think we put like 40 miles on that thing.
The Mazda I trade what?
The transit has no miles on it.
No, but I'm saying I bought that during sober October.
I didn't know that.
And then the Mazda that I just traded in for a different Mazda, I bought during 30 days in the hole.
That's right. I was there for that.
And the one
the Equinox.
yeah, and the one I bought you and Bingo, hers that I bought at the same time. I think I was
that's
sober
the
for
Buick.
that.
That was
yeah,
the Buick.
Buick and
The
Bingo's.
Equinox is the orange one you turned in.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that sober.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, no wonder, because you bought an
But
Equinox.
I think I might have been sober when I bought yours and Bingo. It's a
You
weird
did.
thing.
Yeah, it was. We were gone.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you shared with me that you were sober a couple of days and I said, like, never trust a man with no vices? You're a shopaholic.
Yeah, that is true.
If you're not drinking or smoking, it's
Yeah, we need
Amazon
to talk
Prime.
about the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, the
we need
Dollar
to talk
Tree.
about the Dollar
How
Tree.
do you spend $1,000 at the Dollar Tree?
One at
Easy.
a time.
It's also zing.
I think that's the name of this podcast.
But how many times have you tell people how often you go to the Dollar Tree per day.
Today,
I knew this was an intervention when I saw this place.
Chad called it.
knew it.
Chad called it. He goes, "This place is too nice." And then Tracy goes, "Leave it to Stanhope to pick his own place for intervention." You picked your own fucking venue.
How many times, Stanhope, do you go?
I smoked 3/4 of a cigarette during this podcast, a little at a time, and every time during Chad's story, Bertine is like, "Fuck you," and she doesn't use curse words. I don't know if you saw my tweet yesterday where I said, Bertine, I don't even know if I'm reading her first book, which is her youth, and I go, yeah, it kind of leads into where she is at 44 years old. It's a teetotaler lifestyle. I go, this is every girl that wouldn't fuck John Cusack in every 80s movie. I don't even think I like her.
Listen, she turned me off a lot because I'm going to blame her for my whole fucking story going awry and way too long and meaningless, because usually I play off of Stanhope, but Stanhope was too busy making the fucking oops, I'm sorry face while you were doing the fuck
I only
you.
smoked that.
So,
Or smoking a cigarette, which is when I popped up, which, like, if you go back 15 minutes, that's when it sounded weird. You didn't know what was going on. I jumped up in front of Bertina so she couldn't see me smoking
hilarious.
a cigarette.
fucking up our dynamic.
But
I can't wait till Stanhope's done with this.
I only lit that
you
cigarette
guys,
because
you're
I
so
felt like I
mean.
was doing the same thing to your story by staring at a pack of cigarettes and not listening. So I thought maybe if I take a couple drags, this will go swimmingly.
Yeah,
But
it was Olivia's cigarette. I saw you hand it to her at the end. Like, it was a couple of rips. And you
What is this guy, a narc?
I know,
What is this
right?
guy?
arbitrator,
Are you a cop? Are you a
arbitrator.
cop, dude? Jesus, we let him in.
I wanted to bring up Inman, but we got to get to dinner.
He goes to Dollar Tree 3 times a day.
Inman?
I do my rounds. I do Safeway, the nail
How about
place
the
if I
writing?
need it.
Are you doing any? Do you touch the notebook?
I think it's.
He is.
I think it's going to get really, really good when Kathryn goes on to write her book in New York at
When
the,
you
at the
can drink and
cabins
smoke again.
at the camp.
Well, I'm feeling like we're kind of wrapping up here. I do want to say, get on the mailing list because Hennigan is sending me dates every week that we're putting up for the tour coming up in September. It starts September 8th, punctuated by that, and it's through the mid-October. So dates are going up all the time on DougStanhope.com. Get on the
Do the
mailing list.
Patreon, you motherfuckers, you cheap cocksuckers. Or we're going to start doing.
It is.
I'll do ads for things that aren't sponsoring us, and I'll just do them as boring as possible and make you listen.
We want to say thank you to all the Patreon sponsors that have donated so far.
Oh, yeah, we should do it
if
that
you
way.
haven't, you probably should, because if we get to our goal, we're going to do another podcast, an extra podcast that's only available to the Patreon subscribers.
Man, I miss the outside world.
You're in it right now.
No, he's not.
You're doing so great.
He's
Just
trapped.
hang on. Don't listen to all
Sachiko
of
sushi.
this.
That's been good. Bryce at CrossFit Fix, thanks for helping out. Olivia Grace, thanks for being funny and being in town. I miss Bisbee. I joined the Bisbee gym. I'll get there one day.
What?
Yeah, I joined the Bisbee
When?
gym. When I came down to pick up my mail.
See?
Yeah, I
You joined and left town?
Yeah, but I tried all the machines first. I got footage.
To make sure they were real and not photographs?
Yeah, and no one's in there. She took me to fucking LA Fitness yesterday, and I'll never be one of those comics who goes, hey, we go to the gym a lot, and here's some, no, it's fucking sad and depressing, and it's fucking, I'm not going to ever do bits about it, but yeah, I hated being there. It's awful. I didn't hate the exercise. It's just the environment where there's a giant fucking mall of
Chaille,
people going to the gym.
did
You
you-
can do this shit at home. You just want to look at each other or
Did you
have
hear
each
him
other
change
look at
his-
you.
He'll keep talking, but we'll talk on the side here.
Did you hear him change his whole tactic just
so
by her
weird.
intake of breath? She went, and then he's like, I like that. I like the
picked up on
exercise.
it. He picked up
We
on
need
that.
to.
Yeah.
There's something
It's really
happening, Chaille.
No, the fucking exercise is
Hey, Chad,
fine.
I know what you're
actually
saying.
feel
It's really
good.
weird
you
because-
do.
I woke up
because he
feeling
keeps
not
talking.
like killing
I think
myself.
he's just trying to placate
The
her.
people at
and because they keep talking on the side.
We've got to look for signals, Chaille.
Chad, I don't
Some
know.
of this, he's
I mean,
sending us
look,
signals.
my foot is bruised from you kicking me, from them talking and like him getting like beat down all the time.
You watch
I don't
his
know what's
left
going
side
on.
and
to
I'll
go
watch
at
his
any
right
time,
side.
but yet
He's
he's
Chad, do they know we're
signals
talking on
in
the
some
side here?
way.
Chad,
what
do they
time
know
is
we're talking
dinner?
on the side here? I don't know
loves
what's
it.
going on.
He loves
This is
working
really
out.
fucking weird.
15 minutes to dinner. She wanted me to go in the oh, well, you should bring a change of clothes. They have showers because we're going to go to get pizza afterwards. And I'm not going to a fucking shower at a fucking gym. I'm just going to show up at fucking pizza with sweat. Like,
You
if
did
I'm even going to
spin class.
sweat.
That was awesome, and you liked it.
I did spin class. You're a fucking liar. I want you to tell these people because earlier
a
in this
minute.
podcast,
Wait a minute.
Earlier in this podcast, you said, "Oh, I would never push you or something, this and that," and I like, "Oh, yeah." When I get to 12 miles in the spin class, I go, "All right, I've hit my mark." That's what I did the first actual bicycling, and I'm out. I go DNF. Because in her stupid book, Good as Gold, which I loved, she said, I'd rather have a fucking, crashed and burned rather than a did not finish, a DNF. And I go, Stanhope, DNF. Stanhope spin class, DNF. Once I hit 12 miles, you do the last 15 minutes of this. And you go, no, you have to keep going.
I said, hang on, go 2 more miles so that you can go further than you did on your previous bike ride.
Well, 1/10 of a mile would have been further.
But what you're
Where's
not...
this logic when you're strapping on that helmet, Stanhope?
You don't need a helmet in spin class. You
Why
were
not?
doing
Hold on.
great.
I should have worn the helmet.
One person does. There's one. Sir, I'm
Definitely
sorry.
one
You have to go back to the front desk and get a helmet. This is a spin class.
He voluntarily kept pedaling for 2 more miles.
Without
and
my
he liked
feet in
it.
the fucking straps either.
It's okay. It's all right. You
Rebel,
still
little
pedal.
rebel.
A little rebel. It was great.
Oh, she's the helmet.
I'm
She has an
poor.
excuse for,
No.
but oh no, you
Poor
got to put
thing.
here and tighten the straps to your feet. I'm on a fucking stationary bicycle, lady.
Lady. It's coming out, Chaille.
I
Chaille,
know.
coming
It's
out.
all coming out. But
Chad,
he
I'm a
actually-
little worried about what's going on right now
I know, we're
because
just
it
gonna stay
seems a little
vigilant.
confrontational.
Stay
Do we
vigilant.
do we break into
Blink
this?
how
and say,
many
like,
times?
What, do we wanna
Says
do? What are we going to do here?
Everyone on Twitter,
Blink if you need
against
help.
your will.
That might be the sun. Damn, I'm confused.
He loves it. He's just too shy to admit how much he likes working out and how much it makes him
you
feel
tried to
good.
get us
Thanks
to
a lot,
move.
Kim Jong-un. We appreciate your input on how much he loves it.
No, everybody's calling me Yoko.
You tried to like get us.
Oh, that's even better.
You tried to get us out of the sun, but this is when he's shining. Look at him. Here's our golden boy.
Everybody is writing and saying, "Is you wearing sunscreen?" You know, and he is sort of.
No, good. I found some tanning oil. It wasn't at the Dollar Tree. I had to spend top dollar. I spent like $9 on some tanning oil with SPF 15. So it's a bit of a sunblock. Mm-hmm. And really, that's the cancer that's going to get me. Who knows?
Hey, I just want to say right now, we're going to go to dinner here at the Tanque Verde Ranch, and then afterwards, we're going to try and do a podcast, drunk and fat, and non-smoking, for the Patreon listeners.
Yes.
Because we're going to do something. Because we want you to join the Patreon, and when you're on there once a month, if we hit our goal, we're going to do a special podcast just for them. So. Get on there at Doug's.
So you're saying I have to go off the wagon?
Oh, it says in
For
the
money?
Patreon
For
book that you
Patreon,
have to
you
drink
can.
for the special.
Doesn't
those
count.
ones
Yeah.
don't
You
count.
guys can drink, and he doesn't have to.
No,
No,
I don't even want
that's
to.
not the way it works. Exactly.
I don't even.
look, I didn't even see your lips move when you did that.
Just go to patreon.com/Stanhope Podcast and subscribe and support this podcast now.
Just a
Because if
fucking
you don't,
dollar
it's
a
going
month.
away.
Yeah, it's the people who don't that I look at. If you got $1 a month in there, yeah, you're good by me. But the other
Bravo.
cocksuckers. All right, yeah, we have some shit. We're actually going to make a list at dinner because I have some shit we can give out to Patreon listeners, like the
that's-
Mitch thing. I tell you,
Dude,
and the
that was
other
great.
thing.
There's way better things that aren't in the vault.
Let's we'll talk about it over dinner. Hey, thanks for supporting me, and thanks for I'm actually doing fine, and I enjoy this. And that lady's really upset. I took 8 drags off of cigarettes during this podcast just to fuck with her.
Seething.
But I feel good, and thank you.
Are you still recording, Chaille? Because
Yeah.
if you could some, Mom, $1 a month is not going to cover how much beer I drink at this place. You need to give them at least $5 or $25.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Stanhope.